What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Avocast Studios. I'm your host, Stormchild, a knight in the fight against boredom. And this show is called Avicat. What does that mean? I don't know. Carl, what do you think it means?
Cat Studios, Advocate Studios, Advocate Studios, Advocate Studios. Is this annoying you yet? Probably. Advocate Studios, bro. Let's do this.
Oh. So we're going to be talking about Stargate. Um, um, I I literally go to sleep watching this series. I know that sounds weird, right? Okay, like because in certain areas, like if you're watching Star Trek, you'll notice that the ship has this weird hum to it. I can fall asleep to watching Stargate because of that, and I can fall asleep to Star Trek because of that, especially near like the warp reactor, like just outside the warp reactor is like probably like the sweet spot for me. Um, and also in the conference room in Stargate SG1, a series from the '90s that everybody's still talking about, right? So this is my favorite episode, like clips of what you're seeing. It's called The Fifth Race. It's not, there's no gunfire in the entire episode. Um, there's no main bad guys. Get these dudes right here. They're called the Asgard. So all of your Norse mythology and all the bad guys, the Goa'uld, they're all Egyptians. Like that's where all the names for them. If you've never seen Stargate, or if you're wondering what the fuck am I rambling about, Stargate is a movie back in the early '90s with Kurt Russell. It's a great movie. Um, they took that movie about a guy going to an alien planet through imagination doorway and traveling across the stars and then killing this dude. And Jack O'Neill, who is played by MacGyver in this one. This episode is also weirdly in my head as how to turn Jack O'Neill into MacGyver, and it works very, very well. Uh, so he's lost his son. So there's this whole arc going on through that. And when they made the series, it they incorporated a lot of different elements. They actually gave like the planet a name. The from the movies called Abydos. I don't know why. There was no name there. There was like his Dr. Daniel Jackson. He stays behind. That's played by a guy who. No, it's James Spader. It's James Spader. That's it. He was awesome in that. Also he's on the blacklist, with the show that endlessly confuses me. Anyway, what were we talking about? Stargate, right. I was told not to ramble on and on about Stargate, but guess what? I'm rambling on and on about Stargate because I love the show. This episode is called the Fifth Race, and we are the fifth race. Just to spoil that part of it, if you don't know what the fifth race is, that's fine. There are four main races that they conglomerated and they shared knowledge and ideas. These little dudes, called the Asgard, the ancients who built the Stargates, and they look like us. They gave up on that one, but whatever. But they transcended into like pure energy and shit. So the whole entire episode, there's other two ones like, but you don't have to worry about them. One makes them invisible, and the Furlings, I have no idea. They never get shown except for like a weird flashback thing and a universe that never happened in season 8. No, season 9 and 10. This series ended in season 8. If you don't know, you're in for some trouble because I love the show way too much. I have a problem. I get it. Other people I'll get locked into talking about Star Trek, and I'm like, yeah, or Star Wars. I'm like, yeah. I get like the gist of it. I'm like, I know way too much about this, and it needs to be said out loud. But there's so many good episodes. You got like plague episodes, you got robot episodes, you got anything you could possibly think of in science fiction that if you like science fiction at all, This show is great. It's basically Star Trek with guns. Just the only real way I can picture it. Also with a little bit of sliders in there. Okay, so this room here, they go in there because Dr. Daniel Jackson, he's the him. He starts deciphering this language or trying to decipher it, and he's like, well, let's just go there. This is weird empty room that they sent this probe to, and it had these symbols on the floor. So they go in there, and as I think Jack walks across the circle, this thing pops up out of the fucking wall. Teal'c goes over there. Teal'c is the black guy. You don't really get confused. There's like one black guy in the whole entire show. Okay. There's more. There's more. There's a whole lot more. He's awesome. He's also God of War. He's like in the God of War game. That's him. That's the dude. He's awesome. Christopher Judge. What's up, dude? Like he's gonna fucking watch this. So Jack goes up there. Teal'c goes up to it, and nothing happens. He just sees this like square thing, and then some light, and he's like, "No, it's some weird shit and light." That happens when Jack gets hooked up to it. It snatches and holds his head and then beams all this information into his brain and starts overcharging him. He's trying to explain like to Teal'c to bend your Kozars, and there's nothing wrong with my Fron, and he starts coming up with all these other words that he would never know because his character is I don't really know that much. I'm not all that smart. I'm not MacGyver. I'm not MacGyver. I'm not MacGyver. This episode, he turns into fucking MacGyver. He unwillingly like turns into MacGyver, and it's fucking hilarious because this thing that he builds, he doesn't know that he's building it. He just kind of starts doing things and like, you know, piecing shit together like MacGyver would. And then he types in all this shit into the computer and like, you know, in binary code, and gives them like a whole new set of like star addresses and shit. And then he starts losing the ability to actually talk. He can understand us, but he can't write anything down that's not in ancient Latin or whatever, which Latin is based off their language. It's a whole thing. But he sets it up to where like the next thing that they go to, they open up like the very first thing that he puts up there, and it's like a hot place with like two suns, and like the Stargate kind of locks up, and then they videotape it. Yeah, videotape. It's on a fucking VHS. They videotape what Carter is saying. That's the girl, Sam Carter. She's awesome. She's like the resident genius there, and she's stuck on the other side, and the dial-up, which is basically think like the old like a touch tone phone, but like it's all like wrapped around it kind of thing, where you like smack it like you're playing fucking Simon Says or the Simon thing or whatever, or a bop it. I don't fucking know what kids like these days. So that locks up. Jack watches the video, and then he can proceeds to draw out this like elaborate breakdown of how to reset the DHD, the dial home device. And then the next one that pops up, he attaches this machine to it that he built, and then it connects with the other portal, and then sends him like into another galaxy, into I think it's like around the planet Othala or some shit. Basically, where the Asgard live. They're not from our galaxy, whatever. Anyway, and they take all the shit out of his head, and he's like, "Oh, thank God, thank you. I've, been trying to avoid this character for so long, and they turned me into like a weirdo." And then they explained that like the other four races were like came together and shared their knowledge, which they're the ones that are like smarter than us, they think we're fucking retarded and will not give us anything. Rightly so, granted. The series takes weird turns. There's a whole, like, literally a whole galaxy of like shit to do. Is it the best episode? It's my favorite, but is it the best? Probably not. I mean, there's like the one like before this one, the not the one exactly. This is season 2, episode 16, the fifth race, and then like this, like you are becoming the fifth race, and that kind of shit. Um, which it seems weird in context even, but there's episodes where like they got these like erector set fucking spiders chasing and like cannibalizing the ship, and then later on they turn into fucking robots. It's a whole thing. Like they just look like us. I'm like, you guys are giving up, but whatever, it's fine. First 8 seasons, fucking phenomenal. The 2 added on seasons were pretty good because it had the carryovers from Farscape, which is a very strange show, but very well done. And Stargate Atlantis, the best one on that out of all of them is an episode called Midway, and I will do an entire video on that. Trust me, this is an easy format. I like this. Um, anyway, I've taken up too much of your time. Thank you so much for watching. Please, wherever the fuck this is streaming, go watch it. It's Stargate, man. Like if you like Star Trek, and you're like, I wish they'd shoot more fucking people. This is your show. You're like, I love Star Wars and like some of the over grandiose dramatics. It's got that too. Trust me. There's one where like there's an Unos running underneath like this. Oh, he's stuck in a cave and he can't get out, and is voiced by fucking Darth Vader himself. Oh, it's so good. I think that episode's called Thor's Hammer. I think that might be season 1, maybe season 2, beginning of it. Anyway, sorry, rambling. I love this fucking show. There's even like fourth wall breaking ones. I'm gonna stop. I will explain that in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Avid Cat. I don't write scripts. I just kind of say stupid shit out my face. Please have a wonderful day. Do yourself some good. Go be awesome like you always are. And I'll see you beautiful motherfuckers in the next one. All right? Stay safe, guys. Peace.